Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Thanks for watching, as always, on YouTube TV, listening Sirius XM Channel 158, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of our great affiliates from across the country. Mike Palm in studio coming up in 15 minutes. Are we making a mistake by not betting Shohei Ohtani to win the NL MVP right now at plus money? And as I say that right now, PCA is coming to the plate for the Cubs, and that score is Zilcho. Neither team has scored so far, and they are playing in the top of the sixth already. Like, what? This game's flying by. And PCA, is that fair? It is. That's going to be a double the way it looks to lead off the inning. He might go for, no, he's not. Okay. That's going to be a double, and now we'll see if PCA tries to steal third. There we go. All right, Pauly, yesterday we went over, discussed Bill Barnwell's top 5 teams to be on the rise this year in the NFL. Today, the top 5 teams to come back to the pack. And you said this yesterday, over the years that he's been doing this, to win totals, what, 50 and 36?
Since 2017, the decline column has gone 34-9 at picking teams that will fall short of the win total from the previous season. The improved decline columns overall are 69 and 17, 80%.
But 34-9 against
59% against the over-unders.
Okay.
Archived at Pro Football Reference. The average decline amounts to 3.5 wins per 17 games. Last year, again, he went 4-1. The miss was the Colts. This year, starting off, you know who, the Bears. Last year, 11-6. 7-4 in games decided by 7 points or fewer. Projected SOS, 10th toughest. The number 1 regression candidate. Plus 22 in the turnover differential. League low, 11 turnovers. They forced 33. The Bears were 27th in points allowed per drive on possessions that didn't end with a fumble recovery or an interception.
Oh, that's incredible.
They also recovered 67% of the fumbles in their games. Highest rate in the league.
The exact opposite of the Lions yesterday.
Yes. 23 teams have posted a fumble recovery rate of 65% or more in any given season since 1990. Those teams went 0-23 at replicating that the following season.
Wow.
Collectively recovering 49% of the fumbles.
Those are incredible numbers. And their win total, by the way, is 9.5.
We've talked about many times. They also set an NFL record for wins when trailing with less than 2 minutes left in the game. Out here, the miracle against the Raiders, the miracle against Washington, the defense blew it, but the comeback against Cincinnati, they were down 10 with 6 minutes left against the Giants. They were down with 50 seconds left against the Vikings. They were down 16-6 in the fourth quarter against the Packers in one. And we know what happened in the playoffs as well. So we've been over this one several times. It seems easy, right?
What if everybody's right about the Bears? Or most people are right about the Bears.
The offense is too good?
No. What if they're right about the number 1 regression candidate? I'm talking about in this division specifically.
Then the door's really open for the Vikings. Too.
I think if people are right about the Bears, I think the one bet to make would be the Vikings to win the division. And this is coming from a guy who has been ultra high in the Lions since like March.
Well, the comeback is they're going to be so good offensively, but
yeah, right.
But again, I'm also concerned with all the injuries on defense. Number 2, Denver Broncos, 14-3 last year, 9-2 in games decided by 7 points or fewer, plus 90 point differential. SOS, 15th easiest. The defense did struggle late in the season, and also when they played good teams, they got clocked a couple times. But you add Waddle, Webb's supposed to be a genius, helping out with the play calling. Tough schedule. But here's what Barnwell writes. They were second in the NFL in points allowed per possession through their bye week 11. The next 4 games, it got ugly. Couldn't stop Mariota. Almost lost to the Raiders. Couldn't slow down Green Bay. Got blown out at home by Jacksonville. They fell to 21st. Defense still should be good. Maybe the offense improves. But still tough schedule, and there's no way you can equal the magic in what happened last year. Down 13 points in the fourth quarter against Philly. Down with 5 minutes left in Tottenham against the Jets. Down 26-8 late at home against the Giants. down 10-7 to the Raiders in the fourth, and how they came back to beat the Chiefs, and also the Sunday night comeback against Mariota and beat Washington.
I know that you're high on them this year, but if people really want to get nuts, under 8.5 wins is plus 164 at DK.
Okay.
Because usually
that's a bet. You got to get the Chargers to cooperate then too.
Yes, you do.
And that's a big. I hope that happens.
Because I don't think you're going to get the Raiders much from that team.
Okay. Number 3, from 4-13 to 13-4, Jacksonville 6-2 in games decided by 7 points or fewer, plus 138 point differential, 12th easiest SOS. They picked off only 6 passes and forced 9 takeaways all season in 2024. They matched that mark by the end of week 3 last year. I thought they were fugazi because of that turnover, but they still were. They turned out to be the real deal. But they forced 14 turnovers through week 5 and finished with 31 by the end of the campaign. Second most in the league. Blew the playoff game to the Bills, but had an excellent season. But Barnwell points out, take a look at who they faced and the luck factor at quarterback. They caught Houston one game with Mills. They caught the Chargers that they blew out, but Herbert got hurt in that game. They didn't face Murray. They faced Brissett. Cam Ward got hurt in one of the games. They faced Riley Leonard, Brady Cook, Phillip Rivers. And Cam Ward actually got hurt in both games. Are you there with that? Certainly, but what are we talking, though? 9 wins, 10 wins? What that comes back to, they're not going to do what they did last year, but do they go under the win total?
Right. The problem with me here is that their win total is 8.5.
Yeah, see?
I think Jacksonville is still talented enough to where they can actually they can slip into 9 wins or maybe 10. Again, the team doesn't have to be as good as last year, but that doesn't mean they're going to go from 13 wins to like 6.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I still think they get to 10-7 at least.
I'm in that ballpark.
Right. Cohen's a good coach.
I was going to say, and maybe Liam Cohen, we're going to find out maybe this guy is just phenomenal at what he does.
Carolina, 8-9 last year, 7-3 in games decided by 7 points or fewer.
Very popular again.
Minus 69 point differential.
Well, that's a big reason why I would say.
13th toughest SOS. They did show out, though, and almost beat the Rams in that first playoff game. They were a different team, and Young was a different quarterback at home.
You see what happened today at practice against the Texans?
Are they headed in the right direction, though? I don't know. What happened?
Bryce Young sacked 7 times and threw multiple INTs. It did not go well for him against a really good defense today.
Okay. There are reasons to think they could be a better team this year than last year. But what happens with the injury factor and also the schedule and the luck of the draw as well? And can you stay healthy?
Here's what they got going for them. They're both road games here, but after they open up against the Bears in week 1, they have to play at the Falcons and at the Browns. In theory, those should be 2 winnable. What if they lose both those? What if they're 0-3 going against the Lions on Sunday Night Football before their bye in week 4?
Yeah. Yeah, that could be 3-0. That could be 0-3. It could be 3-1 or 1-3.
Tell you what I want to do.
That's tough. And I like that over that first game against the Bears.
Yeah, that's moved. But I hope they start 2-1 because I think that's the time to bet their win total under when they hit that game against Detroit.
Okay, so this is like Jacksonville again. Last one, Patriots, 14-3, plus 170 point differential, 7-3 in games decided by 7 points or fewer, 10th easiest SOS. Everyone's heard about the schedule. Okay, we've been through that.
Mm-hmm.
It was the easiest schedule going back to the 90s for a playoff team. But now they did it, and they have some key additions. I love getting A.J. Brown, and I like getting Dobbs. This is still a playoff team, but again, it falls in like Jacksonville. Barnwell will be correct, but they can still go to 10-7, win 9 games, and
that's right.
Go over the win total, and it'd still be a successful season. But that's even taken a step back because everything went their way last year.
I think they could. You think this is an asinine comment to say that they could win 10 games and win that division?
Oh boy, Buffalo's got a tough schedule, but I still think Buffalo's got to be able to get to 11.
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't think their ceiling is much higher than that at all. I think the Patriots' ceiling would be 10 or 11. Their ceiling this year. And I would not put the Bills' ceiling higher than 11 games.
They got to get this worked out with Gonzalez. That's a problem. And I don't know how real this is, but they might have a kicking situation. Kid's been terrible in the preseason.
That's true.
He's the opposite of Trey Smack. So that's something to monitor as well. And then you hope Campbell has a good year and they hold up with the offensive line. It's night and day with the schedule, though, this year. And we'll see how in those teams usually, after that easy schedule, what happened the next year, you're talking about a 9-win team usually.
I was going to say, what number would you be comfortable with laying juice to the under? You can bet under 11.5. At DK, it's minus 250.
What's 10.5?
Minus 140.
I'm good with that.
You okay with that?
That's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Man, it's a good chance right out of the gates to see what, you got humiliated in the Super Bowl. Everyone saw it. So now you get the rematch against the champs, and they're dealing with injuries, and they're only 3.5. So, but there'll be a lot of people down on them if they get housed again. I'll tell you that. Yeah. But certainly you'd think they could go 4-2 at least in that division, or maybe 5-1. You're able to pull that off.
Possible.
You won at Buffalo last year.
Good job running all that down.
Good job, Bill. There's a great job every year.
Follow the money, VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Mike Palm on the program coming up. We'll ask about if we're making a mistake by not betting Shohei Ohtani to win the NL MVP at plus money. He's expected to pitch again sometime soon.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Wednesdays with the Maestro. Here we go. Mike Palm, VP, Circa Las Vegas, the Golden Gate and the D, joins us in studio for 2 full segments. You Cannot Be Serious coming up in 15 of those minutes. Hey, pal, good to see you. How are you?
How are you, Mitch? How are you, Paul? Very exciting week. Contest sign-up weekend here. So very, very busy here. It's like a holy week for me. I mean, it's just every day around the clock.
Is this week busier than next week?
For me, because we have Radio Row, so it's interview after interview after interview. Of course, we also have a keto slot tournament put on top of it, and sort of, with Derek's daughter getting married, everything got moved around a little bit. So, and then, Radio Row, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Thursday and Friday. And
43 different stations / pod, something like that,
yeah,
podcasts out here?
It's 40 plus, and then, of course, we'll have the panel on Saturday.
Let's start here. One Major League Baseball question at least for you. Okay, you've talked about this in the past on this network, on this show. Are we making a mistake by not adding Shohei Ohtani at the current plus price, 165 in that neighborhood, to win the NL MVP?
Well, you must bet it now.
You must bet it.
Well, you're talking about starting Sunday.
Yep.
Davey Roberts said he could start today, but it's up to Shohei. Shohei would like to get one more bullpen session. He's going to start, barring some sort of injury. If he has some sort of injury, you're going to lose it anyhow. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what PCA did today. The Cubs haven't scored. He was 0 for 8 going into today. I got to think that they want him to get 2 to 3 starts heading into the rotation in the playoffs, right? I kept saying this, but as soon as they officially announce he's going to pitch, I think the market moves immediately. That's my opinion. And even the rumors hasn't really moved it, right?
I'm surprised.
I'm surprised because I heard early this morning, I think Shohei's going to start Sunday or soon after, and then I went and dug it up, what the comments were from Roberts yesterday. So I just think the market, especially if I think off the news he's officially going to start some point, it's going to move. And then if he pitches halfway decently, now they're going to have to build him up again. It's not like he's going to go 6. But remember what they did at the start of the year, 2 and then 3 and then 4. I mean, he gives you 11, 12 innings here that's decent.
Okay, well then here's the follow-up then. Mm-hmm. If that scenario unfolds and he pitches X amount of innings, but he's really good, do you believe that bet then comes in and voters will look at him and say, there's no way I can give it to somebody else?
I mean, the player deal where the players 75-25, say PCA over Ohtani right now, but the players don't vote either, right? It's not like you're polling the media that votes, that is in love and gives it to him every year. There's an argument maybe for fatigue, but the replication of the pitching, and he pitched at a high level. And let's not forget, look at the starts where he had Will Smith. When he pitches to Will Smith, his ERA is still under 1, right? But the Dodgers are on third and fourth string catchers. That's a factor too. So I just don't know. You're never going to get a price better than 160. I don't think. I didn't even know we'd get this far.
The toughest thing is their fatigue out there. Like they could give it to Jordan every year. They could give it to LeBron every year. Is he going to win it every year? Are some voters going to say, let's give it to this guy this year?
Yeah,
let's give it to PCA.
But we've never seen a guy that can pitch and hit. It's different. It's not. It's like you can find another star that led their team to the finals, and that's who they would give it to in the Jordan era, right? The guy that took his team to the one seed in the other conference, or that's how they sort of sparsed it out.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. You always keep it real. So what do you think of what happened to Vegas, Matt? And can you 86 a customer for any reason? As he was 86 at Venetian, he's saying he's saying back and forth, but the word around the campfire was advantage play.
Well, so in slots, as they say, advantage play is table games and counting cards. And in slots, you have persistence machines, right? That the odds are set that these jackpots are going to hit around a certain mark. You know that in video poker, when it gets up to certain machines, and those jackpots get up to an X amount, people start playing them because they're going to hit. The odds are say, well, you have persistence machines. We have a lot of them in our high limit. And there are certain players that only play those machines when they're ripe to hit the jackpot. Those are advantage players in slots. His point was, we played a persistent machine, but we didn't even hit the jackpot. It's not like we let the jackpot at zero. I get his point. When they said it was advantage slot play, that's the first thing that came to my mind. We tracked that here. People that only play persistence machines when they get to a certain point, they're not good for you, because what they're doing is they're taking jackpots away from the everyday players. So that's not good for you, because you want the everyday players to stay in enough money that they keep coming. So we've told people that play like that just play persistence machines when they're ready to hit. We don't want your play. We don't bar them necessarily, but we don't give them any offers. And so if they can't earn, they can't stay ahead of it. Just playing the persistence machines at those points doesn't keep you ahead. What keeps you ahead is being comped and playing to that point, and then you can stay ahead of the game. Just like if you're playing 99% poker, right? You're not ahead. You're still losing the 1%, but the comps put you over.
In all your years doing this, what else is frowned upon?
Well, I mean,
certain advantage play tactics, maneuvers.
Well, I mean, of course. I mean, we don't want straight counters that are playing blackjack, and I mean, if you just play perfect strategy, that's okay. We have a 1% advantage over you, but if you're going to count, you're going to have an advantage. Obviously, we're in the entertainment business here, and we're trying to keep the odds of the game in our favor. Obviously, there's a lot of things in sports, mainly when you're betting obvious mistakes. If you do it once, we warn you. You do it twice, they say that's your, and then you're out. Sometimes you do it, you get warned. You do it twice, we put you into a lower level, and you do it also with us without having the auto mover. This multi-accounting where you got four guys in Illinois that are all making the same bet at the same exact second on Texas State over 5.5 wins plus 125. I mean, then you tell them we're not doing that. You can't do it. We're not going to allow you to keep playing here if you keep multi-accounting us. Who knows if it's even four people? It's four guys,
Sure, right.
4 phones with one, but you tell them, and then these are the consequences. And one guy said, "Well, it's not in the house rules. I didn't read it." Come on, if you're doing that, you know exactly what you're doing. But you have to play the delicate balance of how you attack the casino, and if you're going to still be able to get all the options that are out there to the public.
Yeah, here's my question on something like blackjack. I mean, if you're playing at a table, and let's say it's a full table, right? Mm-hmm. A monkey could count when it's a low count, right? Or they could see tens that are coming across the board. It's going to be...
It's the moving of the bet, Mitch.
So that's how drastic of a bet will be frowned upon. Let's say I'm a $50 player at blackjack.
Yeah.
And the cards are clearly going to at some point start spitting out tens and aces. And all of a sudden I go from 50 to what number am I comfortable with before they're going to say, yeah, dude, no, you can't do that anymore.
When you get close to it... Now, most of these people are 50 to 2,000. 50 to table limit,
well,
50 to 1,500.
Yeah,
okay. 50 to 500, and if you mix it up a little bit. But when you start going more than 10x your standard bet that you've displayed that's what you're a better of, then it causes attention to start looking and following the count and surveillance.
But if you do it right, because I think again that's going to be it's going to be so obvious when it's been peppered one way or the other. If you go from, let's say you go 4 times, let's say you go from 50 to 200 or 50 to 250 in that range. Is the pit boss going to come over when you win?
Especially if you say it's an obvious count that you don't have to. You haven't seen a face card in 5 hands.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Then you're all right.
Would you have a problem with them, the Venetian, if they just said, you know what? I know it's slots, but you're just running lucky and we're tired of you winning. He's betting 2,500 a push. I mean,
Well,
it kind of sounded like, from Vegas Matt's perspective, they also were just like, yeah, you know, we're kind of sick of you. You're cleaning our clock on a regular basis.
There's other side to this, Paul, is that the publicity that he gives the casino because he publicizes it.
Well, he's an influencer.
He's an influencer. So you have to weigh, the Venetian even has to weigh the positive publicity of him playing there, plus if their decision is to let him go, the negative publicity it's going to create.
Yeah. All fair.
That is very big right now in the restaurant business.
The influencers.
The influencers who basically they've never worked in a kitchen in their entire life. They know nothing about the product. They run up the bill. They won't tip, and then
Really?
then they expect you to give them the best service they've ever had, and just do whatever they want, right? And then if you don't do that, or if the chef or the GM or whatever have a problem with that, and they would give them they would tank their rating or whatever, they would threaten them to. I've heard blowback of now where restaurant owners and chefs are going to be like, "Go ahead, I don't care about you anymore. You've peaked, and your message is going to fall deaf on." So I mean, I don't blame the restaurants for taking that stance.
Yeah. Now Lorraine could be a legitimate one, right?
Yeah.
She could go out and do it because of her experience and has credibility.
That's exactly right.
Right?
Yeah.
But then there's people with no source of credibility, but because of how they look or whatever little following they've built up.
Yep.
They become a monster.
She has told me horror stories about people who will not tip or they'll tip very small.
It's everyone, though. And I used to be in a restaurant business. When you do a soft opening, they expect everything. And they expect it's a free-for-all. So everything's free, and they're ordering
That's
top
when you
shelf
should. That's
liquor
when you
store.
should tip more.
Well, yeah.
When you're getting everything free.
Right.
Yeah.
They
Of
order
course.
top.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yep.
And they order the whole
Whatever
menu.
they want, they should get, is what they think.
Oh, man. Game used apparel to autographs, trading cards from your favorite University of Hawaii student athletes. Rainbow Authentics has you covered. Custom gear, look your best every game day. Capture the moment, own a piece of history, support Hawaii athletics, rooted in the community and built on excellence. Rainbow Authentics empowers student athletes and coaches, gives back locally and celebrates its island roots. Shop now, rainbowauthentics.com. Bring home a real piece of the action. Humans and Murray. Live from Hawaii coming up.
More with Mike Palm coming up, including You Cannot Be Serious. The Maestro is tired of trailer parks having to defend their good names. Follow the money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Wednesdays with the Maestro, Mike Palm, VP, Circa Las Vegas continues now. Time for You Cannot Be Serious.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious.
All right, let's start off with number one. Man bites dog, more at 11. An Ohio trailer park is making efforts to protect its good name by distancing itself from an NFL owner. Just think about that statement. Wheat Hill Mobile Home Community in East Palestine, Ohio, is outraged after their name became headlines when San Francisco 49er majority owner and CEO Jed York was arrested in the community on charges of soliciting prostitution. He answered a sting operation. The Mahoning Valley Human Trafficking Task Force set up an online sting operation for prostitution. And he agreed online to meet a girl and pay her $140. They gave him, now this was conflicting reports, you have to dig into this, because the trailer park community said it was just a coincidence he got pulled over here. He wasn't going to any specific address in our community. Well, according to the official police records, they gave him a fictitious lot number within that community. So they gave him a lot number that didn't exist, but he had to go into that community, and then they pulled him over. He had 160 on him. What was the extra 20 for? Anyhow, maybe a tip.
Nice guy.
Maybe a tip. Now, what's the Jed York story? His mother is DeBartolo's sister, okay? And he bought up enough shares of her shares to become majority owner. Paul, do you also know he owns some soccer teams?
I did not.
I'm going to tell you this. I didn't know this either.
Oh, Leeds?
He's a minority owner in Leeds, and he's the majority owner of Rangers in Scotland, the biggest club in Scotland. Rangers
Really?
and Celtic. Yes. He bought it just early last year. He bought the majority. He's now the controlling owner, or 49ers Enterprises is of Rangers. The owner of the mobile park said, "This is devastating. Now we are being treated like trailer park trash. This is a nice, quiet community of retirees and families." Somebody, one of the residents in the trailer park said, "He's an NFL owner. With that kind of money, why can't he take a jet and go to Nevada where it's legal?" These poor people are outraged. They cannot believe that their community has become the subject of these kind of rumors. Maybe when Chris Hansen moved in last year, though, it should have given them, being facetious, might have given them a clue. Jet York!
You cannot be serious!
Well, Deshaun Watson, they're not, the next one, I forgot the titles. They're not booing, they're saying Deshaun. Very upset that the Cleveland Browns fans booed him in the first preseason game. When he came in after Shadur Sanders in the post-game interview, he said, "It has nothing to do with my performance. It's simply personal. They booed me when I tore my Achilles." And then what does Todd Monken do? He goes and names him the starter. And not just for week one. It's not going to be a week-to-week decision. Deshaun Watson is our man. I'd just like to take a few moments to review, were the Browns fans justified in booing him? Might they have been right? Well, let's take a look at it. They traded three first-round picks that ended up when the dust settled and getting Will Anderson Jr. and Tank Dell. Unfortunately, Tank Dell hurt. He's coming back now this year. Great wide receiver out of Houston. To give him $230 million over 5 years, fully guaranteed. What's he done? Well, a little bit of a short sample size because the league suspended him 11 games for the sexual assault he was involved in the massage parlors. Maybe that's a reason to boo. Maybe. How about 2022? 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, a 40.4 passer rating. 2023, 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a 43.7 passer rating. How about 2024? 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, a 21 passer rating. Before he got hurt with the Achilles, the lowest rated quarterback in the NFL. Mitch, since the year 2000, 201 quarterbacks have made at least 15 starts in the NFL. Deshaun Watson ranks 197 out of 201. And his 4.2 net yards per attempt ranks him in the bottom 1% all time in NFL history. And he thinks it's personal because they boo. It's not about performance. Well, it could be personal, and it could be about performance, and they both be right. Meanwhile, Todd Monken, let's not forget that 2 years ago, trailing by 4 at home in the second half of the AFC Championship game, decided that Lamar Jackson had to throw the ball every single down. Cleveland Browns!
You cannot be serious!
Finally, let's go back to the PWHL, the Professional Women's Hockey League. The
Yes.
NHL, you know about this story?
No, but I'm
The
excited.
NHL has the Stanley Cup ball. I think everyone's familiar with it. Well, the PHL has the Walter Cup. It's a 35-pound sterling silver trophy designed by Tiffany's. The Montreal Victory won the cup, right? So now, like the NHL, it goes to each member of the Victory to celebrate in their hometown for 24 hours. It gets passed around, right? So Thursday, it got shipped to Lethbridge, Alberta. So Dara Grega, a forward on the team, could have her 24 hours with the cup. Except when it arrived in Alberta, the shipping crate was empty. And the trophy was lost.
Okay.
Then, unlike the NHL, the PWHL does not have security that follows the cup around everywhere it goes. So a massive manhunt was launched. A massive manhunt. They went to William Murdoch. I'm going to name all Canadian TV detectives. John Cardinal, I was going to go with Banachek, Colombo, and J.B. Fletcher. Suddenly it was discovered. It was discovered, Mitch, 2 days ago, but the PWHL will not say where it was found. I think they just made another one. That's my suspicion. These women's leagues will answer no questions about anything. But the Walter Cup is back. PWHL!
You cannot be serious!
Did we talk about this like a couple months ago? Doesn't the same guy own every team in that league?
They're expanding. They're going from 8 teams to 12 teams, and they're going to have American teams. They have incredible attendance numbers, Mitch. They have like 11,000, but I think most of the tickets are giveaways or dirt cheap. But the league's expanding.
Okay. That's great news.
I'll be damned.
Are you still anticipating 25,000 plus for Survivor?
Yes. I'll say yes. I'll say it's going to be between 25 and 26 is my revised estimate. So today, with 18 days left, heading into today, we have 12,458 in Survivor compared to 7,725. That's 61% up. 2,742 in millions compared to 2,391. That's 15% up. And 29 Grandissimo compared to 19. Last year on the Thursday, Friday, Saturday of contest sign-up weekend, we did 650 millions, 2,000 Survivor, and 3 Grandissimo. So I think we'll get there. I think going into the last week, we'll probably already be at last year's number, and then whatever we get that last week when you're doing almost 1,000 a day, will be over.
Okay. But 30,000 now is out of range?
Yes, I do believe it's out of range.
Oh.
It's hard to keep up with the pacing now because you're going to go up against these days with 600, 700, 800.
Are you still betting baseball on the daily?
I am.
What do you like tonight?
I bet one game tonight. First 5 under 4. Mackenzie Gore going for
That's
Texas.
that is Rangers White Sox, right?
Rangers.
Burke?
Yeah,
Yep,
Burke's
Burke.
been terrific.
He's good.
Burke's been incredible since like the first 6 weeks of the year. He's been lights out. Been clearly their best pitcher.
You buying this with Kansas City?
That's the 9? Well, they're 9 in a row.
9 in
They
a
got to
row?
win 90 in a row to get in the playoffs.
Remind him of last year.
Yeah.
This is 1 year ago today. Cleveland was 12 and a half back. Caught Detroit. Won 24 of the final 32. Detroit imploded. Won the division by a game.
So could the
Detroit also imploded after the White Sox just swept them. I thought they
No
were going to win the
boy, did
division.
they ever.
Shut out.
They
today.
were up 3-1 in that game. The first game that Friday night against the AAA pitcher, and lost that game, and they've imploded ever since. Let's go rapid fire, huh, Mitch? Liberty tomorrow night, money line against Valkyries, -135 in New York. They've been off since Saturday. Valkyries' 4th road game in 6 days.
Also off the humongous win the other night.
Yeah, beating Minnesota.
Killing them.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this about Minnesota. They missed that Williams girl. They can't play with pace with just Miles. They need Williams as well to keep pace. All right, then let's go to some soccer. Paul, you asked about soccer futures.
Tottenham?
Are
we doing this again with Tottenham?
I got Tottenham 16-1 to be relegated. They should have been relegated last year.
Yeah, terrible in their first match.
Real Madrid to win La Liga over Barcelona +120. I'm a Mourinho guy. And then in Ligue 2 in France, Saint Etienne. I mean, they're scoring 4 goals a game. They're killing everybody. They're still +120 to win League 2.
League 2. Is that readily available?
Readily available.
Hot Shots Part 2, Charlie Sheen?
Part 2. That's the only reason I can try to pronounce it from that movie title.
Okay. All right. Contrarian play, Sonny Gray tonight. Under 17.5 outs, +170.
I don't mind it.
There's been some... This stuff that's been going on in... How was Paul Skeens really good last night? How did the Giants rock Chase Burns the other day?
Wu had nothing today.
Wu had absolutely nothing. Gavin Williams got destroyed. What was that?
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get there with the strikeouts. Miz keeps
No,
rolling.
that's a dead bet now, I think. Dead bet. 13-1 most strikeouts.
Yeah.
I mean,
You can give it a run. He had 4 in a row where he's averaging 11.5?
Yep. Great job, Mike.
Thanks.
A-?
Yes.
Strong? Good?
There's no swimming. He hated when I had swimming in it.
Okay.
Be serious.
You're well grounded. You're well, all over the place. So good.
We'll discuss the first quarterback to throw for 400 yards in a game coming up next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Matt Human's going to join the show in 45 minutes live from Hawaii. We have seen a photo of him. He was in a parking lot at Zippy's, a Hawaiian fast food restaurant today at 6 a.m. First spot that he went to. They were closed, I guess. They had to wait for it to open. And then he also, with the original order, he ordered a hot fudge sundae to go along with it at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Impressive.
Stunned by that?
No. Impressive nevertheless.
I was driving in today. I heard JVT and Stormy. They were talking. There's something going on, I guess, where they've had a back and forth. Stormy's telling him to, because JVT's lost like 70 pounds in the last handful of months, but he wants to eat some sort of pizza, I guess, and Stormy won't tell him the name. and she's doing this to the audience as well. Claims there's a great pizza in town, but won't tell. I caught the tail end, yeah.
Won't give it out?
And evidently, Gil does this on his show as well with a sushi spot that he brings up all the time, but this is what they were saying, but he won't give the name of it. What do you think of that move?
Well, that's peculiar. I don't understand that.
No, so
want it to all just to themselves?
I'll do a PSA right now to the entire audience, and you can thank me later. I would never do that to you.
Yeah,
If I bring up a restaurant, I'm going to tell you where it's at, how good it was, the name of it, all of it.
Oh, if it's a good review, yeah. I mean, if the food's good, right.
My wife took me to it's actually the same location as the old Bazaar Meat at Sahara by Jose Andreas, but that moved to Palazzo. There's a new Caribbean steakhouse at Sahara called Maroon that absolutely blew my doors off last night. It's the best new steakhouse in the entire city. It's my favorite new steakhouse in the entire city. And one of your favorite things is chicken, right? Like you're not a big steak guy.
Yeah, right.
So I asked around. We had everything last night. You name it, we had it. Everything was absolutely outrageous. I can't wait to go back. So people who were there, I'm asking about the menu or whatever. Multiple people said, a lot of people come here for the steak, but they come back for the chicken.
Yeah.
So Lorraine's been there before, and she said, Mitch, it's the best chicken I've ever had. She did not overhype it. So here's the deal. I took, because he's got this big Caribbean pit where he makes all of that and the lamb and everything, right?
Uh-huh.
Again, Maroon is the name of it. It's unbelievably delicious. I took one bite of the chicken, and the only thought that went through my brain was, every piece of chicken should taste exactly like that, but it never has once in my entire life. That's how good it was. I don't know how he does it. He's an unbelievable chef, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But
T-Bones is very good. Excellent chicken. It's hard to think off the top of my head if you rank them, though, what stands out, or just by the first bite, if you know.
Yeah, I could go down and talk to you about the entire menu from last night, but we won't do that here. You keep that in mind next time you're going to be in town. Where do I want to go? Trust me on that one.
Good job.
Can't overhype it. So this is Puka Nacua, who, again, drafting him, what a weird offseason it's been for this guy.
So much so, he might have to stay away from him in fantasy.
That's exactly right. Like,
seems a little off his rocker here.
I think it was Jeff Erickson today or yesterday in Prop Points talking about, if I'm picking 4, I don't want that pick because I don't want to take the guy. I don't want to be forcing to taking Puka there.
Stevie Cohen said it.
Yeah.
I'm not taking Puka.
Let's go and fresh to this. He talked about how much he likes McDonald's and I think his favorite order there.
I'm okay with eating McDonald's every day. Like Cooper, the other receiver on the team, he tried to get me off the McDonald's train, but I'm like, yo, I just ate 3 meals for under $55, bro.
Wait, so you be eating McDonald's during the season?
Yeah.
What's your order?
It depends. I normally get like a 10-piece chicken nugget meal with sweet and sour sauce and a high C.
Fire.
But then if not, I'll get like a double quarter pounder with no pickles, no onions, and like and I'll ask for sweet and sour sauce on the side.
So let's say In-N-Out, McDonald's. What are you choosing?
Ooh, McDonald's. That's not even a question.
Oh,
It's not even
my
a question.
God.
Yeah, I'm not taking him in fantasy. I can't get there. It's a bad order, first of all, and then you can't say no question it's better than In-N-Out. Come on, Puka.
No question. Good God.
Oh, certainly we can have some questions about that.
Oh, Puka. Oh, my God.
I can't blame him for the double quarter pounder. That's good.
Yeah, I know, but I know. We got to be careful. You never know who's coming down the pike, but that's the chicken nuggets. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Go to Chick-fil-A.
Get those instead. Yeah, that's right. So will his quarterback, Matthew Stafford, at 11-1, be the first quarterback to hit 400 yards this year in a regular season game?
Great market, fun market, instant gratification. But I'm thinking more of the guy on a bad team that is forced to play catch-up for a half. Brissett, 16-1? I'm not necessarily thinking, hey, it's going to be a great quarterback or a top-notch guy that does it. I'm thinking the stars have to align, and it's 27-6 third quarter, and it's throw. And then the garbage stats are there, too, at the end.
Yeah, I think there's a reason why Brissett is 16-1 on the board.
Yeah.
And that actually might still be worth it. Because books know that we could have a carbon copy of how the Cardinals closed the season last year. Horrific defense, and to your point and great weapons on offense, and he might throw the ball 47 times.
Right. Like, so they play, he's a great candidate right out of the gate. That can't be 31-7 Chargers in the third quarter.
Well, if Arizona's as bad as everybody thinks.
I mean, you're a double-digit favorite. Maybe that happens right off the bat. Herbert's got the same odds. I think he's in store for a big year, but they also like to run the ball, and I don't know. I guess he could have 400 yards and do whatever he wants against Arizona's pathetic defense that lost 14 of their last 15. But when you look at the odds, though, it's all top-notch quarterbacks with the exception of Brissett. And you go down the line to find somebody, and maybe Caleb Williams is a case, too, which could be a shootout right off the bat against Carolina. And so many injuries defensively, maybe they're involved in a lot of high-scoring games.
Yep, and I don't mind the guy that's behind Brissett and Herbert. That would be Brock Purdy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because, again, if the Rams are as good as we think, they play them the first time in Australia, what if that opens up to a 17-point game, late second quarter, and beyond that game, by the way, they get Miami, where lowest power-rated team in the league, and they get Arizona in week 3. So 2 of the lowest power-rated teams in the entire league after they come back from Australia, and he if he plays the whole game, he could slip into 400 yards. That could be a spot where he has like 270 at halftime or 240 at halftime, whatever it is. And that's the way it goes for them. He gets those. Actually, I like the fact that he's getting the Rams.
Really?
And the blowout scenario there, if the Rams are really that good.
Well, Mac Jones had 342 in the Thursday night win. That incredible game when everyone's got hurt.
You're getting close there, then.
And they also, but remember, the Rams toyed with them in San Francisco. Dropped 42 on them.
Yep.
42-26, and a misleading score in that game.
And in week 6, the 49ers also get Washington, which their past defense figures to be one of the worst in the entire league as well. So Purdy at 18-1, despite not having the weapons, okay.
How about some of the other stuff? How about, will a guy go off 400 rushing yards, 450 receiving yards, that kind of thing? That's up there with the fast futures. Or just to lead after 3 weeks. Quarterback, rushing, receiving.
I can't.
That's good stuff, too.
Man, for a receiver to have 450 receiving yards after 3 weeks. So that's obviously an average of 150 a game.
I'd have to look at a wide receiver, not a running back. If someone goes off, I think it's a wide receiver, not a running back.
Yeah, because a running back to get 400 in 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Are you going to pound the daylights out of a guy?
Give him that many carries. That's right.
He's going to have to break through for one of the games with 200 plus.
Yeah. This is fun stuff, though, too, because it could be maybe the guy's not lighting the world on fire, but it's also random luck, and he's throwing a lot of 1 or 2 yard touchdown passes, too,
sure,
as opposed to running it in. Baker's 20-1, most passing touchdowns after 3 weeks.
He's got a difficult pass defense schedule. Hold on.
Chuck's 22-1.
Chuck is 22.
Mm-hmm. I get the Lions.
That's something there where, again, they're going to be big dogs in the first couple of games. They have the Lions and the Ravens. The Buccaneers get the Browns pass defense, and they get the Vikings pass defense. Those are weeks 2 and 3 after they get the Bengals. So Bengals, you figure, should be able to put some points on the board, have some good numbers, but after that, kind of tough.
Uh-huh. Those are great markets. All right. I came back with the Colts. Had to do it. Anthony Richardson, biggest start of his career Saturday. Get up there to the Sharps. Get your reps in. Free weekly league. Everyone starts with 10,000 chips. Build your stack. Climb the leaderboard. Join thesharps.com. Scan the QR code on the screen. Use code VSIN50 for a 50% deposit bonus up to $100. Join thesharps.com. Great site. Promo code VSIN50. Easy to use. And manage your chips. Decide if you want to go all in or how much you want to bet each game. It's up there at jointhesharps.com. College, MLB, NFL.
I've loaded the account with USC San Jose State over 60.5. Door number 1 or door number 2 is up next. Would you rather bet Deshaun Watson to win Comeback Player of the Year or never do this again? We'll discuss in Follow the Money, with Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.